culture it's in full effect now. The ball is rolling. Cause we're all like, none of us we're all born here. You get, not all of us, but from now on, all the black youths that's born in this country, they're gonna be born here. You feel me? And I kind of think we're kind of like the first generation of that. You feel me? So what are you saying? You think this is the thing now? Black, same way they got how they got African Americans. You think like the Black British thing is like it's a thing now?
Yeah, definitely. It's been a thing for some while
Okay, so
now.
hear this then, yeah. To expand on that, yeah. So with that, do you think what does that mean? Like, so you see, like our original heritage now. Do you think that's kind of like been brushed to the side, or it's like that's only for at home now kind of thing? It's like when we're together, we got our thing. Cause again, like I said, I'm from Ghana. My mum's half Trini, half Jamaican. You get me? What's your heritage, Trillary?
My heritage is I'm half Jamaican. My mum's Jamaican. My dad is mixed race, and he's half Antiguan and Irish.
Then. But so you're from different places from me, but it's safe to say that we're both part of the Black British, whatever you want to call it. I don't know.
Most definitely.
Yeah,
Generation.
it's
The Black
a
British.
thing.
The Black British. We're the Windrush. The offspring of the Windrush, innit? We are. Do you know when you think about it, let me break something down to you. Let me just drop some game on you. Imagine, we are essentially we are the slave survivors. So you had slavery from Africa to Jamaica. That went on for however long, quite a long time. Then we was free. Obviously, not just Jamaica, all over the islands. And then in the 60s, I believe, 50s and 60s, we had the Windrush generation. There was a world war. The place was mashed up. And then we were invited because the Queen knew how good our nurses were, how good we were at so many things that England needed. So that would have brought our grandparents here on the Windrush ship. That would have, a lot of our parents were born here or there and came here. And then we are generally like couple, like a generation or two after that. So we're just the slaves who are now here in England. Obviously, times have changed slightly, but we've still got a massive fight. But to think like your like 5-6 grandparents that you didn't meet, they were direct. It's crazy. So we are a certain way. We are angry sometimes. Do you understand? We don't like it when security is following us round or when a taxi driver don't stop for us, because we're just human. We know we're good. Like a lot of us, we're good people. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's just like, brother, why are they dealing with us like this? Well, it's crazy because it's the fear and the power of the black man. It's always been that way. The way our hair is, afros, leather trousers. Imagine if you was in England in the 50s and 60s and you see some tall, handsome, black, dark-skinned men, brown-skinned men, light-skinned men, afros, cane rows, dreadlocks. Like, yo, we're all here with our...
Do you know, I want to rise up. I want to
Can
rise
you
up
imagine?
Skore.
They're looking, thinking, who the fuck do these
Where's
think
Skore?
they are?
Did he come up? I wanna ask Skore something. Big up Lucchese. Big up Lucchese.
Man, you got Lucchese, you know.
Big up Lucchese.
Oh yeah, Lippy's
Come on, my guy.
You crazy Lucchese, you crazy.
Lucchese. Hey, Skore.
What's
I want
good?
to
What's
ask you
good?
something, bro. And again, this is a brother question. You get me? People ask this question with a bit of bad mind in it, but this is a genuine question.
I know what you're gonna
Do you
say.
think Somalis are part of the Black British dynamic?
Black British? The black dynamic. What do you mean Black British?
In, like, all our parents are from Africa or Caribbean, but like we're born here now. You understand?
Yeah, that's like me. My parents are African.
There you
but
go.
I was
So
born
it's like,
here.
don't get twisted. At home, your home life is probably a lot different to mine and everyone else's, and who don't share your culture. But at the same time, kind of how we all live is kind of similar.
Yeah.
There's we all got similar stories. So
it's this. I'll be honest, it's the same, but obviously you know how it's seen, innit?
Yeah.
It's like, but I'll be honest, it's the whole of East Africa that's kind of seen like that, man. It's a bit weird.
Do you know what it is? Because what I was gonna say personally, I think they are. You understand? Because
of course they are, bro.
The part of London I'm from, like, don't get it twisted. A lot of my East African friends, it might have been not that they just come here, but some of their older siblings might have been born back home, and then their families have come over. They've been born.
Do you want to know what it is, though, Lippy?
Yeah.
Do you know what it is? It's because, cool. Usually, you see Somalians fuck with Somalians, right?
Yeah.
So, it's like, we created that division to an extent, if you get what I'm saying. So, it's like, people would just see it as, oh, that's their Mali youths, a Somalian youths, rather than, do you know what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
Because most of them are just rolling in batches of Somalians, isn't it?
Yeah.
But there just weren't enough education.
Yeah,
and, you know, like when
I think, because you know
there
what
Of
it
course
is,
they
me
were. Remember, man's
personally,
in
you get
school.
that.
now that
Man's
I've
in
grown
school.
older,
Even people don't even know it's in Africa right to this day. People that are
Yeah.
grown,
it's disgusting.
big,
Do you know what it is?
big
Do you know what it is? For
people.
me
Like, big
personally,
people.
Mad.
where I'm from in Northwest, it's like man got to grow to love the Somali culture, just to see the togetherness, the fact that like where I'm from, areas where the Somalis live, you can see it, bro. But they run the
Yeah, but
businesses there.
you
The
know what it
youth
is as
them's
well, Lippy?
outside.
It was all very early. Now it's like it's here, innit? But all the other stuff was a bit early, so man had to go through all the discrimination, etc., which everyone else's culture had a time where they had to go through that, innit?
Yeah.
You
I
get me?
think it's also because of the fact that it's a predominantly Muslim country.
Yeah, no,
Where
100%.
a lot of the time they
The
bunch all the
the
Muslims and
religious
the
barrier is a
whatever's they
big
put them
factor.
on one
Nah,
side.
man, it's about appearance, because my country is next door to Somalia, and because we look
Nah,
dark
you're right.
and don't look Arab, we don't get tarred with the same brush. We're
Yeah,
East Africans as well.
That
I'm
is
from East
right
Africa,
still.
but
Okay.
because I look like a quote unquote a black person. Remember, our foods are similar to Somalia. Like a lot of our traditions are similar,
Yeah,
but
it's definitely how we appear, innit? But
I think that's the main thing.
Can I say
but
Yeah, but I
it's a
think there's
stupid
also the
question.
fact
But bro,
that
do we not appear? Do we not appear black, bro?
Now, 100%. But you know what it is? You know how it is. Growing up, there was that
Obviously, I
whole...
understand there's differences in it, but
Nah, because
is
you know
it
what it
not
is?
black?
Yeah. Now, I hear you 100%. It's just when we were growing up, I kind of think this conversation that we're having now about the black British thing, I kind of think a lot of us didn't really realize that we were all like the same thing.
But you see, when you
there
lot
was
were
so
saying,
much division when we was
Yeah.
when you lot were
Like,
saying how, in this country people don't say good morning. Somalians actually do, like they fuck with each other normally.
Yeah.
Like if they see each other on the road, you can say well
Now
go
you see that
and they don't know you, they'll say well go on back. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Now, God,
Because
Yeah,
Beezy,
because
you're
they're a
still
lot more that the way their thing is set up, like it's just we lost a lot of that, Lippy.
No,
Now we
but you
lost it.
know
You get
what?
what I
Sorry,
mean?
I
The
think it's also
culture.
like the smaller cultures because,
You-
like, let's say for example, Nigerians, Ghanaians, and Jamaicans, the majority of the minority, right, in this country anyway. It's like you expect to see them everywhere, kind of thing. But like, let's say for example, you're a French speaker and you go somewhere and you see someone speaking French, you're automatically gonna nod or say hello or something. Do you know what I mean? Or make it clear that I speak French too, kind of thing. You're not alone in this space. But I
hear
wanted
that.
to just add to that Somali thing as well. Nowadays, a lot of Somali girls don't look the same as they did before in terms of like they're wearing wigs now. They're doing what the quote unquote
Yeah, it's all
typical
changed, man.
black
It's
Yeah,
thing
they're
mad.
West.
is. Do you know what I mean?
You're right.
Whereas before,
You're
most
right.
of them were wearing hijabs. And then you have a lot of
Facts.
Asian girls in
Facts.
hijabs as well.
Yeah,
You
nah,
have
you're
Arab
right.
girls in
Still, you're
hijabs.
right.
It's all the same.
But
Because
I
this
got
new
something.
generation,
I got something.
Naya, would
this
you
new
say
generation's
then?
rubbed out everyone, like
Yeah,
everyone, literally.
Go on, Trillary.
Would you say that means not just to Somali girls but just women in general from certain cultural backgrounds and religions that they're just kind of expressing their self more now, whereas a lot of the times if you wear like full hijab, or do you understand what I'm saying, like it's
Yeah, I've
very
got something to put in on
Do you know
this.
what it is? Yeah,
like
I
you're,
Yeah, I've
think
you're
got
wearing
I've
a
got something to
certain
say on
hold on.
this.
attire.
Let me reply to her. It's not just the fact of being able to express yourself. It's also the fact that when you see the average person who is black as well in the UK, because we are typically West African, people forget that there are other parts of the UK. This whole idea of if you're black you got to have a certain hair texture, you got to have this, you got to have that. Do you know what I mean? Then you meet a girl who's from East Africa. Obviously a lot of East Africans also have the same hair texture in it, but you will meet some of them who will have less coarse hair, right? And when they take off the hijab in the changing room or something, their hair's looking similar-ish to the Asian girls or whatever, or looking different to yours. Now people are starting to think, is she really black though? But they don't realize black isn't about your hair. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, it goes back to
more
what
than
Black
that.
Well,
was
see,
Joe was
that's
saying. It's the
something.
appearance. It's the
Yeah,
appearance.
because what you
Because
guys
there's a
got to
difference.
realize, what you guys have to realize is a lot of that colorism and segregation of people by where they're from is created by something else. Because I come from, my growing up's from Jamaica on my dad's side, and on my mother's side, it's Native American and slaves. But we didn't. My older sisters lived in segregation. I mean, we didn't come out of. We weren't completely free from slavery until in the late '60s.
Yeah, that's
And it's
crazy, man.
and it's very different over here because what they did is they created Jim Crow, and then they went out and they got people of our own color and our own kind to help destroy us within our community because when Black Panthers and stuff were around, they weren't having that shit. You couldn't come and do that. So what they did was they went and they did like a nano surgery on the Black community and took the parent, split the families up and sent other Black people in to that love the dollar more than they love their race to destroy their own communities by misleading and misguiding people.
The house
So,
niggas.
yep, there you go, the coons.
That's
But
the only division in our community. Just separate the house niggas, field niggas. You get what I'm trying to say?
yeah, you got to
House,
you got to figure that out. And what you do is you offer the house niggas
a check.
a leaf a leaf of an olive branch of peace before you kick them the fuck out of your community. You give them a chance to, hey, look, you're not supposed to be doing that because that's not helping us. It goes through everything that you do, every single aspect of your life being Black. See, the difference between me and you guys is we got off at the I got off the boat the same place a lot of you guys did in Jamaica, but we got separated at some point down there where I wound up, my people wound up in Florida, and you guys were in the UK, which the UK became more enlightened earlier than we did because we still have problems over here today.
Yeah.
And we also have Black people over here that are destroying our everything that the slaves fought and died for. There's people over here that are taking away from all that with
Can
their
I say
actions.
something, Lucchese? Yeah, I kind of think the way I see America, yeah, it's just like a land of trauma. Like a lot of fuckery just happened there, and everyone's there, like still there. And it's like, I'm not saying England's perfect, but it's like subliminally growing up, knowing where like you was dragged to, and like you're still there. Can't like that having that on your mind can't be easy. You get me? Like you're saying your sisters grew up in segregation, like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And then so like you got
Lippy,
kids
sorry,
running around.
hashtag Black British Lippy.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, put hashtag up there.
Yeah, that's the hashtag Black British. But yeah, well, Libby, you're right. But see, the thing is me and my there were six of us. I've got two brothers and three sisters, right? And my dad, he was a prominent football player in college, but they sent him to Vietnam, and he got shot up in Vietnam. So we went from a middle class military neighborhood. They put us in the housing projects because they had no use for us after he was gone, right? So everything that I've accomplished, and my sister and my brothers, they're all working for. My sister works for a fashion group, New York. My brother is a producer for the Arts and Entertainment Network TV, television. You know what I'm saying? My other sister works for an architecture firm. And what we had to do was we realized that this system here, we're not like anybody here because the blood that I carry is some of yours too, which is Bakayad. You know what I'm saying? See, I